Okay, so maybe I need to share the screen, I guess. Let me
Yeah, one
see.
sec, one sec. I'll give you all permissions. Uh,
Okay, so maybe I need to share the screen.
yeah. Yeah, one sec, one sec. I'll give you all permissions.
There is some recall coming in from some side. I don't know.
Now it won't come. That YouTube thing was open, na? That's why it was coming. Now it'll be fine.
Don't see. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so in the last 2 weeks, so I worked mainly on two things. So you remember that you told me that we should find a way to quantify the like how close it is going. It is matching with the CMD. So like instead of just a visual representation, it's better if we have a quantified number. So we can say, okay, so this is our error rate, or this is our something like that.
Correct.
So that's one thing. And another one is that before we run the GMM model by replicating the papers that talk about the like GMM model, like the Gao paper and the Agarwal paper. So I just followed the paper and just tried to replicate what I was trying to do. So this time I was trying to like do it from the very scratch. So like I just choose a like another cluster, which was I didn't try GMM with yet, like the 2264. Then I was trying to running the GMM model itself to see uh, how it is working for a new type of cluster when we don't actually have anything. Like we need to choose everything from our side. So so the first problem I found is that I took very small radius. Like so for the first try, I took 20 arc minutes, and then I make it more smaller, like 15 arc minutes. So this will happen when I run with 20 arc minutes. So let me do it
This
again.
is 2264, right?
2264, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So there is two things, like we need to know the it's better if we know the like PMRA PM deck center, like where it is situated in the PMRA PM deck, and it's also better if we know the distance. So initially what I was trying to do is try to see if I can find the distance or the PMRA PM deck just from the scratch data. So what I did is I chose a 20 arc minute radius, and I then uh, run this KDE plot to find out the highest density point, like where the density is highest.
But Mahmood, when we did the earlier thing, what was the size you had got of the cluster?
For the A6405 or
No,
this
no,
one.
2264. 2264.
So earlier you means the
In our
random
paper, in
foresting.
our machine learning paper,
Okay,
what
yeah.
was the revised size of the cluster?
So it was 0.19 degree, 0.19 degree in the contact data, and the revised center was, I guess it was
No, no,
0.7 or
but with
something
us,
like that.
what did we get?
I think we got 0.7 or something radius.
Acha, nahi, nahi, see,
I
because
think.
one of the basic purposes of machine learning membership and all is to find the ones in the outskirts also, right?
Yeah,
So, anyway, you go on with this, then we can increase it, not a problem.
yeah, but and one thing to remember is that as we saw earlier, like if we run the GMM only, then it's very hard to get the outscatter number, because if we take a more data,
Okay.
like if we take more radius, then ultimately we will get more field star and GMM will not
Okay.
work. So that's why
Okay.
GMM is better. Like it's better for like at least
Tight, this thing.
for
Okay.
now. Like it's better if we use it for getting the training data and then use it for other purposes. But yeah, maybe there could be some other way we can include a doubt stat in GMM. There is a
Okay.
possibility, I guess. So I ran with the 20 things, and then you can see these are my KDE plots. You see in the PMRA plot, when I just take 20 arc minute radius, it's clearly show me like two center, like so there's red point at the most dense point in the PMRA PM deck plot.
Sorry to interrupt, but even in our paper, you have the two lumps, no, for 2264?
No,
In
there
that,
is
you
no
don't
clumps.
have two
Like
lumps?
yeah, there is no two clumps. You see, one is in 00. and another one is in the -2,
Okay,
-4
okay,
where we
okay,
get the
okay.
one.
Acha, acha,
So
acha.
zero
Fine, fine.
zero comes from the field star,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
and if you see
I thought this
the
was spatial. Okay, fine, no problem. Right.
and if you see the parallax, you can see that also like the field, because we have so many field stars which are running in the 0 0 region. They are also like, this is why also we are getting two things in the
Uh-huh.
PM deck and parallax one. So one is in the zero, like one is in the zero and one is in the
Very
other
good.
point of
Huh.
zero.
This is
So
a good thing to do.
like I was trying to do that to find out the parallax. So just from this graph, I can see like from both of these like parallax versus PM deck and parallax versus PM array. So one is zero. So I know that this is from the field star. So I can just ignore that zero one. I can take the other one which is non-zero. So from the non-zero, this is my center of the parallax, like 1.33. And also in the PM deck parallax graph, I am also getting the same thing, 1.3485. So if I run this like 1.33997 things, then this is the parallax, this is the distance of my cluster, 74, like 746 BC, which is close. Like I check the literature, and NGC 2264 has a distance of 800 parsec around. So once I got that, like I got that its distance is around 746. Now I can apply the like this cutoff, like the distance cutoff. So because the distance was 800 around, so I was trying to running it with 600 and 1000 or 1100. So just to make sure that I have a like cutoff also in the parallax space. And when I did that, oops, I forgot to run the distance PC. Here's the distance PC. So I end up with 1000 stars, and if I make this blocks to be, I should be get rid of the 0 0 thing. Yeah, like right now there is no clump in the 0 0. Like there is only one clump in the -42. Like not clump, like the center of the, like the most
Yeah.
distance point in the graph. So now when I apply the parallax cutoff also, now I don't have the field star of 0 0, these things. So you see there is only one clump in here and also one clump in here. So now I can take that data and run it into the GMM model. So let me just run it. Uh, let's see how it works. So this is the GMM model version there, and then there were some probabilities. So I got something like that, and still not sure how it is. So let's just run the.
1 minute, 1 minute. That histogram you have is for membership probability. What's the histogram for?
Yeah, this is the membership probability. So
How do
it's
you
saying
calculate
that.
that? How do you calculate that?
So when they run the GMM model, what they try to do is they try to find two different clusters, and
Okay.
for
Okay.
the like they give the probability membership, like you see there is two graph. One is for the first cluster and the second is for the second cluster. Like by cluster I mean like two separate classification. So
Okay.
suppose that first one is for member and the second one is for field stars.
Okay. Hello? Mahmood, we can't hear you. Mahmood, we can't. You can hear him. Hello, Mahmood, we can't hear you.
Is it here? Mudassir Raja has come.
Yeah, Mutasir is there since some time.
Mahmood is his mic is on.
Mahmood, I think his system is. Mutasir, can you hear Mahmood?
I can't hear him, but he's there.
Yeah, he's gone. He was, I think, on the way out. Maybe he'll come in. No problem. So, how are you? All fine?
Eid
Yes, ma'am, all
Mubarak.
good. Thank you, sir. Same to you.
Eat
So,
a
how are
lot
you feeling,
of
sir?
I'm
So it's
fine.
good now.
Perfect.
बस हो गया.
How about things in Kashmir now?
Well, it's very hot and humid, but otherwise things are better.
Okay. So you've bought your tickets or what?
Yes, ma'am, I bought it, but I think I might have to reschedule it because
Oh,
I was supposed to come with Ishfaq, so he just called me yesterday that he's not feeling well, so he might reschedule his ticket.
okay.
So then,
Here actually that VC has joined, but nothing. He's not given any statement to us. We don't know what to do. So everything is as it is.
okay, ma'am.
Huh?
Actually, यहाँ
He
पे
was
भी आप like
supposed to join.
working
Sorry?
season has started, so you just have to go here and there and there. So I thought it's better to leave because if you stay at home, at times they call you up, go there, and go there.
So you want to run
So
away,
it's
huh?
better.
So weed
So I
manake,
kind
now
of,
you want to run away.
want to run away.
What is this? नहीं ठीक है. I that's what I'm saying. I don't know what is the new university. See that person was acting VC, so he made no
Yes, ma'am.
decisions. This guy I don't know. He's not yet made any decision himself. So
Right.
things
So
are
has
as
he
they are.
joined officially?
I think he was supposed to have joined. Today's Monday, no? No,
No,
yesterday.
today's Tuesday.
He was supposed to have joined yesterday. I don't know. I can check on those WhatsApp groups. I don't know. He was supposed to.
No, I don't think he has joined
Okay.
because otherwise they would have known.
Mehmood is back. Is he co-host? One minute.
Hello.
Chalo.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, we can hear you. Now we can hear
Yes,
you.
we can hear now.
Yeah.
The electricity just went out. Sorry.
Yeah, we understood something like that happened.
Please start sharing again.
Here, it's there, no? It's there, I put it. Yeah. So now I've put it. Allow participants.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it. All's fine. So you were telling us how did you calculate the membership probability, or the GMM calculates that, or what does it do?
Yeah, the GMM calculates that.
Okay.
So like when I
Okay.
run the GMM model, it gives me two parameters. Like it gives me a level and
Okay.
it gives me a probabilities. Like so.
This is using scikit-learn, no? You're using scikit-learn,
Yeah,
no?
scikit-learn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using the scikit-learn. Yeah, so in the when I run the GMM model, they give me two things. Like they give me labels, like is it 1 or 2, like the cluster number 1 or cluster number 2, something like that. And the
Okay.
probability is for each of the cluster, it gives me one probability. Like for each data point, it gives me a probability of its being in either of the clusters. So like this histogram is meaning, suppose this is for the member stars. So it's saying that almost 350 stars has a membership probability, or like the probability of being a member is between 0.0 to 0.1, and like more than 350, like around 350 stars are having a probability of being a member 0.9 to 1. So like this looks good. Like this
So
looks
that is enough for you to train, no? If you want to train now with this sample, that would be enough, no, for training.
yeah, it will be enough, but I need to see if it is actually giving me good result in the CMD and
Okay,
in the
okay.
other things.
So you were going to quantify it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so now I'm defining the member and non-member based on the 0.8 and 0.2 cutoff. So anything that is having 0.8 or more probability is a member, and anything that is 0.2 or less, they are non-member.
Okay.
So you see.
This is that famous plot. This one.
Oh yeah, yeah, it looks
Oh, this
actually
is looking very
nicer.
nice.
Yeah.
This is looking very good. But see, you still have a problem with 6405.
Yeah, I'm still having a problem with 6405. Let me put it
M67 is
in.
fine.
67 is fine. So this is the CMD for both of them. Uh, it's not like very good because I still have some like the YOLO, like the YOLO one is better, but I have
But one
still
minute.
have
The
some
red is supposed to be members and yellow is non-members.
like GMM doesn't know which is member and which is non-member. It just classifies between two sets.
Correct. So the two sets may, the ones that you took for, how did you separate? Because both of these look like a cluster only, no?
Yeah, if I run the things for all member, let me see how it looks. So if I took for the all of them, data all the stars. Yeah, I forget to. Yeah, so this is the things I am getting. Like this is my all of sample data. So
Okay. This is your
it's
sample
not
data.
very good
But then,
classification.
one minute. These are all the stars within that 20 arc minute radius.
And then I applied the PMRP
No,
index
no,
filter, and then I also
Mehmood,
applied the parallax filter.
Mehmood, stop. 1
Yeah,
minute. This yellow, what you're showing me, is all the stars in 20 arc minute radius.
15 arcminute radius. After that, I also applied the PMRP index filter, and I also applied the like parallax
Because
filter.
this is a cleaned color mag. This is already cleaned. This is
Yeah,
already
like
clean.
almost clean. Yeah, like I have some lower ones which are not
Yeah,
supposed to
that's
be there.
fine. But otherwise, it's already quite clean.
Yeah, because I took the smaller radius in both sides, like the PMRA, PMDEC, and also in the parallax one. So that's why it's getting me.
Hey, so these are already probable members, na? So when you're doing this, uh, your non-members will be the ones which you threw off, no, earlier when you made those cuts around 0, 0 and all that. Those will be the non-members, na? These
Yeah,
are
like
more
they should be
highly
the
probable
definitely
members only.
like the my highly probable members are lying inside of this, but it's possible that here I am also having some non-members, like the lower ones, like something like
Yeah.
that. So
1 second.
like
Yeah.
so the idea was that like if I take something like that, like this was my cutoff, like I choose things. Okay, it was not a cycle. So so I took like a range in PMRA, PMDEC, and also in the parallax. So I have a 3D cube, which is like the member is situated, like the cluster is situated inside of this box, something like that. So I only took the stars that are lying inside of this box. So you're saying that, yeah, it's more likely that the stars that I didn't choose, like these are lying outside of this box, they're obviously field stars, they're obviously non-members. So why I'm not taking this? Yeah, that's actually a good thing, like good question. That I think if I take them as a non-member, because I know that they're definitely non-member because they're lying outside of this box. So like there is a very high probability, like I'm not 100% sure, but there is a very high probability that they are my non-members. But the problem is if I choose them as my non-member and I choose like the stars that are inside of this cluster, inside of this box as my member, then you see that the member and the field stars are now very well separated from like I can just make a box and say anything that is lies inside this box are my member, anything that lies outside of this box is my non-member. So I cannot use this data as my training set for any other like machine learning model, because no matter what machine learning model I use, if I just give them this training data, it will just do this simple job. Like it will make a line, like it will make a like border around this. It will make a border. It will make a border around like this, and then says that anything that goes inside this like boundary is member stars, and anything that goes outside of this boundary is like field stars. And why is it is going to say that? Because all the training data that I gave him has this specific cutoff. Like every member I have is inside of this boundary, and every field list that I have is outside of this boundary. So that's why the machine learning model will not giving me good results. So that's why what people try to do is, so inside of this box, like in the inside of this red box, I know that most of the stars are likely to be member, and there could be some of the field stars. So if I know what are my member stars and what are my field stars, then now this training data can say that though they are lying in the same place, like all or in the same line of sight of our sky, these field stars have some different like properties, and these member stars have some different properties. So it will be then easier for the machine learning model to differentiate between these two. Then it will just not use a simple cutoff, it will just use some more like complex model to differentiate between member and field stars, something like that. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I think they are muted. Ma'am is on it.
Yeah. We can hear you, Mahmood.
Yeah, okay. So I was trying to say like why we are using this cutoff, and then we are trying to find out the member and field star inside of this cutoff. Why we are not just taking things from outside like we did last time. So yeah, like when I ran for 2264, like it gives me some like good result, like yeah, the 2264 from the scratch. So the positive things that I got is that like this graph is showing data, like it gives me a very good differentiate between the like the member and non-member, like it differentiates between two clusters very well. So that's one positive things. And another positive things I found is that I didn't use any literature yet. So I just take the raw data and then just trying to find out where exactly where is I try to find out the point where the density is the highest in the PMRA PMD graph, and also in the
No,
parallax
but
PMD
but
graph, and
Mehmood,
also
should you
parallax
not be
PMD
doing
plot.
the
So
GMM
from these
before
three
you
plots, I
filter
was
out?
able to find
Yeah.
mm, like if we do that, then the problem will be GMM will not going to recognize the
Okay.
things. Yeah, like as we see earlier, like you see in the M67 also, and in the 6405 also, when we run it, before we running the GNM model, we actually applied this cutoff also, like we applied the distance cutoff, and we also applied the PMD cutoff. So they use that cutoff earlier. So what happened is like almost like the three paper that we like trying to replicate, like all of them happen is that initially they didn't take the cutoff first, then they ran all the GMA model is all this 14,000 member, and then the GMA model didn't work well. Then they say that okay, GMA
Okay.
model is not working nicely because we are having a very wide range of variables. Then they apply the parallax cutoff and choose from very small space again, and then they run the GMA model again. So that's why I just choose
No,
the
my
cutoff
only question
first.
is that then the two categories or whatever which you've got in the those after the filtering what you got, then are those it's just a two, it's like two categories of probable members, or what is it then?
No, like one category is, it should be like one category is the field stars and one is like the member stars. So it is trying to distinguish between two categories, and these two categories are, one is member and one is field star. So it's just trying to differentiate between member and field stars.
No, but then these are members and field stars amongst the what do you say? Amongst, see, you filtered it as per parallax. You filtered it as per what do you say? You filtered it as per parallax. You filtered it as per PMRA PM deck, and then you're running GMM. So you are kind of getting two categories for the probable members, no? Isn't it not that?
I see what you're going. But I think like we applied the filter, but we didn't apply the filter like we in practice, like we should not apply the filter too tightly so that we only have the member stars inside of our cutoff,
Yeah.
and we also cannot like apply it very broadly so that many field stars are there. So we need to find the optimum range the where the field stars and the member stars both are present, but the number of field stars are relatively lower than the number of member stars. So if we were able to satisfy that prerequisite, then the GMM model should differentiate between the field stars and the member stars, something like that.
Okay. Go on. Go on. Let's see. Because I'm
Let me do
wondering
it.
that is the logical flow going wrong or what? Because you've already done all the cutoffs to throw out non-members. So when and how are you expecting now to find non-members when you have already made cutoffs with PMRA, PM deck as well as parallax?
Yeah, like the cutoffs are not actually finding the member. Like so you see that the cutoff is not very tight. Like if I want only the members, then if for example like the parallax cutoff, like this is the parallax cutoff. So just from the literature, I found that the distance is around I think it's 9. Yeah, it's around 9 10
1.3,
percent.
na? You got something. No.
Yeah, this is the distance from the literature, and I got the distance from this is from literature, and this is from our just data, like our KDE plot, like the density, most dense point I got. It's around like is
1.3.
1.35.
Yeah.
1.359, and then I run the 1.359.
735.
So around 735 PC. So this is a 735 PC I got from the scratch data. So now if I want only my members, and I use, like suppose I'm using this one, like the one that I got from the data, I don't know anything about literature, suppose, then it will be, if I want only the member stars, it will be wise to choose my cutoff like this, like I will maybe take from 700 to 800, something like that. So I am applying like the mean and the one standard deviation or the two standard deviation to make sure that I only have the members and not any non-member, something like that. But if I want to run it in the GMM model, then what I need to do is I need to find the optimum region, like it's not too tight and also not too broad. So that's why, but it should be centered around, like it's better if it's centered around the distance of this cluster or something like that. So that's why earlier I took 600 from 1100. So earlier I took this like 600 from 1100. But yeah, as you also said that when I took that, like the CMD for both of these is looking very nice. So maybe try to see how it is working when I run it for 500 to 1200. And let me try to do that. So run these registers again, and then applying these cutoffs, and then applying these cutoffs. I forget to run the distance PC again. And run this. Okay, so now I have around now if I run the genome. Okay, now first let me see how the all stars things looks. So I think we should still have that line, and there should be some lower region. Okay, yeah, so it's still not very far from that, and Let me see what happened in model now. Normalize the features and then it got normalized. Okay, that's still done. Now let me run the engineering model, and then it should give me two things, like one scale and one filter. Numbers and non-numbers. Okay, so this looks okay. Let me run the sky plot. Oh, from the sky plot, it seems like actually maybe the YOLO one is the cluster member. Probably. Let me see. CMD and PMI plot. So this is the PMI plot. So yeah, I think maybe the YOLO one is the member one, like this one is the member because it has a very small range. But the red one has a very large range. And yeah, this is the, now it is a little bit better than the last time. So you see the red one has mostly like lower stars and base stars, and the YOLO one now the YOLO one has a very small number of like the lower stars. So it is still not perfect, but it's
how do
better
they
than
look
the
in the
last time.
parallax plot? In the parallax and proper motion and all that plots? How do these guys look?
So this is the proper motion. So this is the proper motion. So you see the YOLO one is very tight. So it's from -3 to -1 and -3 to -4. And here it is very broad range.
But the scale is different, no?
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so that's why like these ones are like most closely situated than this one. Like
No, but Mahmood, see, go back to that proper motion wala. I think see that this the yellow ones are inserted within that only, no? The yellow ones are not distributed around 0, 0. Your
yeah,
non-members are not around 0, 0.
like these are not non-members. Like
They are
that's what I'm
quite
trying to
close to
say.
the center for members only, no?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Like these are actually the member. Like the member are the orange one and the
They are
non-member are the red
members
one.
only. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So these are
yeah,
not members, non-members. This is you're
yeah.
finding two categories amongst members only. These are anyway probable members.
Like GMM only gives me two category. One is for member and one for field stars. So now it doesn't say me which one is member and which one is field stars. So by default, I just choose the first one, like the category one as my member and the category two as my field star, and that's why the labeling is a little bit
No,
confusing.
but I don't think that is right, Mahmood. What about parallax? What's their distribution in parallax?
So
What is their distribution in parallax?
let me see.
Because I'm feeling these are just two categories you're finding of members only. Acha, this
Yeah,
is better.
so this is the
No, but
parallax
see, your
category.
members are peaking here less
Yeah,
than
like
one. This is nonsense. This is bad,
yeah,
no?
like just forget about the legend. Like it's the legend is like different. Like it's confusing because I say that
So
like the
you're
yellow one is the member and the blue one is actually the non-member. So it's just
it's the
opposite here.
opposite. Because
So if you see the PM array, you can see this is the PM array. So you see like the yellow one is the member one. So the legend is
yours
just confusing right
everything
now.
is opposite. Yours everything is
Yeah,
opposite.
Labeling
Yeah.
is opposite.
Yeah, the labeling is opposite. Yeah.
Then it is okay. Otherwise, it is not fine.
Yeah. So you
What
see the
about
PM date
PM?
and
Array also similar plot you have?
yeah, see this is the PM date plot, histogram for PM date.
And the PMRA
And
looks similar.
this is the,
That's
yeah,
also similar. So exactly
yeah,
opposite, then it's fine. And show me the
yeah,
parallax one. Parallax also you have the same story.
yeah.
Parallax also the same story.
Mhm.
So then those earlier plots are wrong, no? What you're saying is member, non-member.
Yeah, like the graphs are okay, just the labeling is wrong. Like
Because
this
that's
one
what I
is
was
red,
telling
one is
you,
a
that the
non-member.
orange one is tighter in the center. You're
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
it's just looking expanded because your scale is expanded.
yeah,
But it's tighter for the what you're calling non-members. Those are members. It's
yeah.
right.
And
We have
actually
to.
the red one, and actually the red one are non-member because they are clustered around 0, 0, and the range
Yeah.
is so
0, 0.
So
higher.
that's fine. So when you got two classifications, you use the diagnostics from the PMRA, PMDEC, parallax to identify what is the which one is the member and which one is the non-member. So very
Yeah,
good. But your color magnitude diagrams, go back to the color magnitude diagrams for red and orange. So now your orange, this one is that, and the red one is okay. Acha, maybe okay. But this red one also has a decent main sequence, no?
yeah.
How does it have a main sequence then? Ulta hai, he's done opposite. It is all opposite. That's what he realized when he made the plots with PMRA, PMDEC parallax. It's exact opposite. But why does the red one have a main sequence? What one good thing about red one, it has lots of these field stars. You know, these fainter stars. These are
Yeah, in the
definitely not
lower,
members, so that is a good indicator, right?
mm,
But
yeah,
it has some kind of a resemblance of a main sequence, right?
that's
But
true.
is the scale the same for both?
Yeah,
Scale is
almost.
the same.
Yes, yes, yes.
You stick to same scale, huh? Wherever you are doing these things. Now
Yeah, like
my
almost
eyes
same.
are
Like
bad.
it's 8.
I can't see properly. Very good. So yeah, okay, okay.
This
Now
is starts from 8, and this is
no, no,
starts
you're
from
zooming too
10.
much. Come out, come out, zoom out, out
So this is
again.
from.
See now
Yeah,
these guys.
They have got the same scale.
Okay. So 10 is 0, right? Your 10 over here is where it's close at a 0, those guys are there. So those guys are probably. Oh yeah, I'm little unhappy about these, the main sequence which is showing up in the red. Sometimes little bit of it does show up in the field, you know? It's not that the field will not show any resemblance,
yeah.
but it is still,
But it's actually showing more than that. That's
it's
true.
showing more than it should show.
Yeah,
Time when the stars give imaginary portion, anyway, any star, any set of stars, you should have lot of main sequences.
No, but they all aage piche na Najam. They all at different distances. So they won't sit into a pattern. They will be up down. They won't be so neatly arranged because when they are not members. The fact that they so what sir is saying, see that your red stars, though they are non-members, since you've done a parallax cut, right?
yeah.
Since you've done a parallax cut, that is why your these main sequence guys are sitting on the main sequence even for non-members at correct positions because you had cut them out by parallax, right? You understand what I mean?
Uh, yeah, I understand. But is it possible? So if I just took a random stars in any direction and
Because
then just apply a,
because they are not sitting properly in the proper motion.
yeah,
One minute,
that's
huh?
also true. Yeah.
Just tell me one more thing. When you did the cutoffs, you means can there be stars in this in the red stars? Can there be stars with parallax, within the range, but proper motion out of the range? I mean, is it done step by step that you've reduced the filter, or they are you can find?
Like, so
See,
you're
because
saying,
see, when you showed me, see the lower plots, right? You have some of these non-members. There's a big spread in the parallax, there's a bigger spread in the proper motion, bigger spread in the RA deck. How come they have that? You had actually put the filters, no, for them. So how come they have a spread? Is my question.
you say in the spread here.
In this one, for example, right? you see the blue stars, right, which are probable non-members, right?
Yeah.
And they're the ones who have contributed to that red plot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, my question is
Yeah.
that you, when you created this before doing GMM, you had filtered it, right? Filtered it by PMRA, PMDEC, parallax, etc., right? Then how come
Yeah.
you have these guys with parallaxes 0.75 and 2? You, I think you told me you're taking distance 700 to 800 or something like that, no?
Yeah.
So
So
how come you have such a
like
big range of parallax then?
because I took a such a big range while selecting that, so like the things was not very tight. So like the midpoint was 700 per se, but I choose my range of like selecting my stars as around 500 to 1100. So that was the
Okay,
range I
okay. So
chose.
that's why you have this bigger range.
Yeah,
And similarly, there's a bigger range you have for RA deck, PM RA, PM deck.
yeah. I just took from minus 20 to 20.
Okay, so
Same from PMD. Like I just took from minus 20 to 20.
because of those broader ones, you have taken in few stars, right? You have
Yeah,
tried to. Okay. These plots are nice. See, I like these plots. This PM RA, PM deck, parallax are good. Color magnitude, I was just a little worried because it's, I can see a clear main sequence, and that doesn't look nice.
uh,
Show me the color magnitude diagram for all the
let me
stars.
do one thing.
Can you
Like
plot the color magnitude for all?
this is the one.
You had one, na? This is for
Yeah, this
all.
is for all stars. Yeah.
This is for all before filtering, after filtering.
No, after filtering.
Okay. So anyway, it follows a main sequence, no?
Yeah. You want to see the graph before filtering?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So before that, let me just do one thing. So the PMF is this. So let me run the like the. Let me change the cutoff for the member and non-member. So right now I'm choosing all stars. All stars. PMF is less than 0. Mm, so the first one should be the greater than 9. Let me.
Acha, and please change your labels, no, Mahmood. All your non and member, just change it, no? So that
Yeah.
there's no confusion. Please.
No, there is still this one. Like I was trying to reduce the like cutoff for the
See, there are
non-member,
lots of stars to the left of the main sequence and non-member, which looks nice. But
but still there is an insignificance. Yeah, and the thing that was you were trying to see. So if I run the things before the like filtering,
yeah.
these things parallax and okay, let me take out these things for now and put it here and then put it here. So the CMD. 22. So this is the
Okay.
my CMD
Acha. Okay. For
any
everything.
without any cutoff. Like this is the
Okay.
now the only cutoff is like 20 minute or 20 arc minute, and then I apply
Okay.
the PMRA PMDEC one like 20 to 20, and then
Yeah.
this is the CMD after the PMRA PMDEC cutoff, and then I cut off for the I make it 15 minute and cutoff is now like I applied the cutoff for the distance, and then this is the CMD for. So the CMD now is looks like the one that you saw earlier.
Okay, yeah. But see in this on the main sequences, just show me that thing again. Yeah, you can see there's a double main sequence. No, there's up and down.
Yes.
So maybe what
Uh,
you see there
you
too.
mean
There too.
you mean like this? Like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there is
So
one
often what
here.
happens, yeah, and there's that. So sometimes that could be a binary sequence, but in this case, it's obviously not a binary sequence. There is a shift. There is a slight width, right? Okay, fine. I think it's okay. We needn't worry about that because it's showing up nicely in the proper motion and the parallax plots, right? The fact that they are non-members is showing up very nicely in those plots, right? You agree, right?
Yeah, and I think maybe we can also try to play around with this one.
Your
Like you
voice is
see,
breaking. Mahmood, your
this
voice
is
is
where
breaking. Huh.
every paper use the trial and error method, and so like this is where like where what should be the range they should take for the parallax. So
Okay.
I tried with the 600 and 1100, and then I tried with the 500 and 1200. So like this one looks better than the last one relatively,
Okay.
but but still I have that parallax things here. Like so maybe it will be
So now
worth
how many do
to
you end up with this method? How many members do you have compared to Cantat Gordon?
uh,
How many did Cantat Gordon have for 2264? And how
I
many do
need
you
to
have?
see it. So right now, I think so. Just from this histogram, so you see, from here I can see that the 400 stars are my non-member,
No,
around
no. Then you'll
400,
get two bumps
and
in
500 are my
parallax.
member. So around 500 stars I got as a member, and around 400. Like so,
Okay.
among this, yeah. So 500 was I got as my member here, and I'm not sure what is what they got in contact. I need to
I'm sure they
see it
have
as
lesser.
this.
I don't think they have 500 in anything. They have generally 200 types, no? I can
Maybe,
check and
yeah.
see. But
So so among that 500, I think like this thing should not be there also, like, or yeah. So if the result, if we can improve this method a little bit better, then ideally we should not expect, like, one thing is in the non-member set, ideally we should not expect a main sequence resemblance, and in the member set, ideally we should not get the anything in the lower part, like still there are some stars lying in the lower right region, lower left region, but ideally we should not have them.
that's right.
Yeah. So I will try to see if I can like apply some other trial and error and see if I can improve this. So that was one thing, and another thing I
I think
tried in last
from
2 weeks.
Kented Garden it is 179 or something.
Okay. Okay.
170.
So
Okay.
yeah, like another one that I was trying to say is, I was trying to find a way how to quantifying the CMD, and right now like what I'm working on is that I need to download some isochrone for a given age and for giving, I think there is an open web interpreter for
Yeah.
isochrone. Yeah. So I need to download a isochrone
Do you know how
either
to
from the
download
Topcat
that?
or from the Mist or from
Can you do
the
that, or do you
BuzzFeed.
need me to send it to you?
Yeah, I
Memo,
can do it in the Topcat.
you
No,
know how
I
to
can
do
do that.
it?
Like
Do
for
you know how to do it?
downloading.
Hello, you know how to download the isochrone and take it out, or you want me to send you? What is the age for 2264?
Hello.
Hello, yeah, yeah, Memo. So you know how to
Oh
get
yeah.
out the thing, or okay, what's the
Yeah,
age for
like from this
2264?
Mist, I think it's 6.4, something like that. 6.93. Like if I give the log 10 scale course, like the age of NGC 264.
I'll tell you. It is by that dash one. It is
It's
6.9. It
6.93 or something
says
like that.
6.9. as per DAS.
Yeah, like the loctane. 6.9. Yeah. So what I was like finding is that I downloaded isochron from the list or from the Basti for given age and giving AV and giving like metallicity or something like that. But so the problem is, you see here. So I downloaded the isochron for the 6.9. I think it's 6.9. Yeah, 6.4.
Okay.
And so I ran it with the 2 to 6 port things. So this was the isochron, theoretical isochron. So this was the theoretical isochron that I downloaded from the MIST for a given age, which age is like
Connect
6.9,
it as a
I
line.
guess,
Don't do
locked
it
in.
as points,
And
Mehmood. Connect it as a line, not point.
yeah. Like I just like I was just trying to see like how it looks. So then I choose only the mean sequence part. So I just choose the phase from like -1 to
Okay. Yeah. We lost your audio
this
again.
part, not the
Okay.
giant part. And then I downloaded the NGC2264 that I got last time. And then, yeah, so you see, I need to know the distance so that I can apply the like distance modulus. So I use the literature to get the distance, and the literature says it's 667.
Mehmood, we lost your audio again. Mehmood.
Regularly.
Yeah, we lost your audio, Mehmood, for 2 minutes. Okay, so you got the isochron.
Okay, sorry,
Right.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear. Now fine.
Yeah, so now the problem is here. So you see, so this is the isochron, like the blue one, and I
Yeah.
corrected it for the distance modulus for 700 parsec. And the
Okay.
red one are the like probable member I got from the last paper, so like the random forest thing. So this is the NGC2264. So I was thinking, how I make a like error, like how error thing. So one thing I did is I can enter the data like from the theoretical isochron. So from the given theoretical isochron for that specific distance, like using the distance modulus, I can give, I like I can predict like what will be the magnitude for my B minus P. So I get all the data for start, and I calculate the see the predicted genes. I just plotted it as a blue curve. So these are all my predicted genes. So then I just in AC like the mean sequence error to get the error from this data. So just in this part, seems like maybe that this distance modulus is a like
Mehmood, your voice is breaking a lot.
level up the isochronology. Like it seems like it's a little low than that. So what I trying to do is a AV like NP modulus. So the remaining part.
We lost him again. Hey, Mudassir, where is Saif?
I don't know, ma'am.
Call him up now after the meeting.
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
shared
I
the
will. I will.
link. Tell him to watch it. Ask
Yes,
him
ma'am.
what
I
is he
will.
up to.
I will call him.
Hello.
Yeah. Come, Mehmood.
Yeah, sorry. I think I cut off again.
It's okay. No problem. Come.
Okay, so like to summarize, I have like two questions. So one is that when I did that, okay, so actually three questions. So the main first two question is like, first question is So when I run the theoretical isochrone, the problem is because we are dealing with, like, at least in the last paper we deal with many of the, like, and also in general open clusters are younger, so that's why I have a lot of stars which are running in the proto stars range. So you see, like, they're
Yeah.
running in that like
That's
even
fine.
lower. So
That's
the problem is the theoretical isochrone that I got, they only gave me, like, up to that point. So you see, I don't have anything which
No, no,
is.
so that's fine. Then you get also what are called pre-main sequence isochrones for the pre-main sequence stars. But just now we won't go on to that, but in principle that can be done for the pre-main sequence
So
stars.
so you say that, like, right now what I did is, because I have only up to -3, you see that I have only -3, like in the B minus P range I have only up to -3. So I need to choose only up to -3, so I cannot choose. I don't know where is the annotation
Mehboob,
go.
please share, share that plot.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah,
can't see
that's
your
why I
plot.
was. Yeah, that's why I was trying to look for the
Yeah.
annotation and I was not
So which
finding it.
-3 are you talking about?
Sorry. uh, Here. So you see, because the theoretical isochrone give me only up to 3,
Plus
like
3,
in the
plus
B
3, it's
minus
plus
P. Yeah,
3.
+3. Yeah, sorry. And that's why I cannot choose these ones which are running outside of, like, -3. So when I extrapolate my data, I need to throw out this part, because just using
But
the
you don't have
theoretical
the
isochrone,
isochrone
I
below
cannot
that, that
predict
original
my.
isochrone, you don't have it below it? Huh?
No, I have only from there, from
Okay,
here up to
okay.
that. So in the original isochrone, like, what do you mean original isochrone? The theoretical one or the observed
Well,
one?
what you downloaded, you only took up a
Yeah,
certain intercept, no, of it to plot in this. I'm saying in that one, see this one, yeah, this one which you downloaded, it has, okay, only up to 3. Okay,
yeah,
fine,
it
no
says only
problem.
up to 3.
Fine.
So then that's why I only able to choose between, like, anything that is from up to there. So I need to just throw out this data because I cannot use
Yeah.
them as my things. So I choose NGC 2264 for like this trial, because I, like, among the 9 clusters that we worked on last time, this one is the only one where the protostars are the lowest. But other than that, many ones has a, like, lot of protostars here. So, like, problem is, like, you see here I was able to, like, throw
No,
out
we
these
can pick up
ones.
some older clusters. That's not a problem. That's not an issue. You can
Yeah,
pick
like,
something that's older.
I was just trying to find out a general way, so that anytime we run it, like, I can
Yeah.
just get a number of error number for, like, is it matching or not. So yeah, so that's one thing I was just thinking, like, how can deal with the protostars. So because you see there's something like pre-sequence, means pre-sequence isochrone. Okay, I think I need to look for it also. So that's one. And the second point is that, so the isochrone, the theoretical isochrone on not need to be only in the distance modulus part, like, it also need to be corrected for the reading. So, like,
Yeah.
when I downloaded or when I was generating the like the isochrones, they was asking me for giving them the, like, the extension in V. So, like,
No, no,
for
but
this
that
one,
it's better to take that without extinction and then add it over here only.
yeah. So that's what I did. Like, I choose, like, extension as my 0 and just added it here. I'm trying to find out, like, uh, is it possible to shift it here somehow to make it a little bit better? Like, if I
Yeah, yeah.
change the distance modulus and change the,
No, no,
like,
no.
the
You do the
reading
reddening
part.
correction. You have to do the reddening correction. I'll show you how to do that. The reddening correction is not done, no? So that will shift it even vertically as well as horizontally, both
So,
ways.
like in the
Let me
3.2,
check what
that
is the reddening for this thing. I'll just check what is the value for this. Is it high or low or what?
I think it was
It is
saying
actually it's
something
very
like
low. It's
0.
0.02 to 0.31.
0.03.
That's
Yeah,
the
so it was saying
difference.
something
So
like that.
it's low. It's low. It's not much.
So when you say that the
Sorry. It's EB minus V here as per the table we have is 0.05.
that's long,
That's low. No, but I mean that's what
but
that
yeah,
table one we wrote that, but then we said it's variable. So the variability can be 0.02 to 0.31 as per DICE probably. Or
So
whichever type.
0.05, not 0.5.
No.
Okay, yeah, it's 0.05. So it's smaller.
And then even with you, then you need another factor. I'll give that to you for BP minus RP. This is for B minus V, na? But when you're converting to BP minus RP, there's a further factor.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I'll
That's
send you those
also a thing.
values. I'll send you those values, and then you can see.
And
But
is
that
there
won't.
also
Huh.
another thing like in when I saw the V band magnitude and B minus V, they have the ratio of 3.2.
That is R value.
Yeah, so does they have something like similar for G and B minus B?
Correct. But you have to now find it out. For example, AG. AG will give you on the y-axis, right? And
Yeah.
then you'll have to do A BP minus RP for x-axis. So those values, I'll send it to you. I'll tell you the values. I
Okay,
don't
so these are
remember it offhand.
empirically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
so that's
I don't
that's
remember
okay.
it. I'll write those factors and tell you.
Yeah, and the last thing is like uh, I found that it will be nicer if we like it's not going to work very well when I going to go for mist. For every time I want to a theoretical isochrone, I am going to go to the mist and download a isochrone and then just upload it
Actually,
in
I
the
had used other
things.
isochrones, but mist is also fine. There's no problem with mist, but I have been using other isochrones. Those
Is
parsec
it the
ones.
Basti or the Parsec?
The parsec ones.
Parsec also, okay.
But I mean, one can use, if you plot it, you'll see they're quite similar.
So I was actually looking very hard to like find a way. Like I was thinking there should be something in Python, like in Astropy, where I can generate the isochrone itself from from Python. So I don't need to download it and
No, no, no,
upload.
no, 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 no. You won't be able to do that.
So I
You
found
can't.
actually one thing. Like there is a package called isochrones.
Yeah.
So I was actually working with it or trying to working with it since like last week. But the major problem I'm stuck with is actually like it's getting me a little bit like headache in the installing part. So I don't know what to do. Like sometimes it works very well in the Colab and sometimes it's not working very well. So I was trying to install it in my local computer to run it like free like
Just clean this
well.
annotations, na? Clean your annotations.
Yeah.
Can you
So
clean it?
yeah. Like if I got anything which I can just run it in the Python directly and find a number, error number, then it will be easier. Like I can run it for different A's, like varying
I don't know.
the
I have
distance
always downloaded
modulus.
it separately and done it like that. I don't know whether you can generate
Okay.
like that. I don't. I can check and see. But according to me, no. I have always downloaded it separately from those sites, either Mist or Parsec or whichever site.
Okay, that's fine. Then I will try to see.
Because they use these complex stellar evolution models with which they build that. So yeah,
Yeah,
your Python code which you have then should be able to run all those models which they have, which like I said are not simple, right?
that's true.
So I don't
Mm-hmm.
think you can plot it just like that. You can plot, you know what? There is what is called the ZAMS, the zero age
Zero
main
is main
sequence. So
sequence.
you can get the ZAMS for Gaia passbands, right? And plot the ZAMS, right? So for young clusters where there's no turn off and all that, the ZAMS is good enough. You understand? For a young cluster where everybody is still sitting on the main sequence, then ZAMS is good enough. And the ZAMS, you just download it once and you can plot it for any cluster, the same values. You understand? You know what's the ZAMS, no?
Yeah.
You can find the ZAMS for Gaia passbands. But like I said, this will just give you this part, the mean sequence part. So if the cluster is young, that there's no turn off, there's no nothing, it's fine. No problem.
So the problem with young one is protostars actually.
Sorry. Problem with young one is what?
Like they have like everything here, like in the protostars.
Correct. Then there are pre-main sequence tracks also, which are done. But at present, we won't worry about that. But so you instead what you can have is you can have a ZAMS. Download a ZAMS and use that for the fitting.
So did they give me jams for a different age?
No, a ZAMS is 0 age main sequence.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it is 0 age. That's what I'm
So I
saying.
just need to correct
It
it
is a
for
plot if
distance.
all the stars are sitting on the main sequence.
Yeah.
Nothing has evolved away.
Mm-hmm.
But that, like I said, if it's a young cluster, there's no turn off, it's good enough.
Don't see any problem.
Yeah, so for most of this sample, it'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, that's nice then.
So you can use that. That will work for all. Okay. Okay, chalo, we'll wind up now soon.
Yeah.
It's getting
Ma'am, I
late
think
for you also.
AG is 2.6629 into EB minus V,
Yeah. But
and
that is,
EP EBP minus RP is 0.77 into EB minus.
correct. I'd given you all for that project, na? Yeah,
Yes,
so you
ma'am.
can share that. You can share that on that group. So
Okay, ma'am.
Mahmood can see it. Yeah. You all had done it for that Gaia project. Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Those are the values. So just share those values on the WhatsApp thing only. Don't share on Zoom because Zoom will be lost. Mahmood,
Okay,
so
ma'am.
Mudassir will give you those values. Those values.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
So what are you going to do now? What is the POA?
So I think my point of action will be like I will try to find out like the gems and other things too. Like I will try to see if I can make it countable in some way. So the
Okay.
isocon things.
Yeah.
And
So
for
then you
that-
take the ZAMs and then you can look at the deviation from the ZAMs. You understand? Doing the
Yeah.
rendering correction. Okay.
So reading you will give me correction in X and
Just
Y.
now, yeah, the Mudassir will give you.
Yeah. And I'll also try to see if I can make the NGC 2264 GMM model a little bit
Yeah.
better than that.
Okay. Okay, you can try that out. Unveil this thing because it's getting late now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, you message me as you're doing things.
Yeah, sure.
But you'll also find some way of now what you basically now your purpose is to how can you see how well these guys are sitting on the main sequence, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, you want to quantify how clean is your color magnitude diagram. Also what you need to do, Mahmood, is you showed me those plots now for member, non-member with respect to parallax, PMRA, PM deck, right? So one way of quantifying is also showing for the members where's the center and what's the standard deviation. For the non-members, where's the center, what's the standard deviation, right? You'll do that for
So
parallax,
the
for
mean
proper
and
motion
center.
RA, proper motion deck, all of them. And now you try to quantify with the ZAMs. What is the spread in that? But you also do this for the parallax RA deck, all those, PMRA, PM deck, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Those will also give you
That's true.
numbers, right?
Yeah.
So you can see that the peak is not like it is for the members. It is flatter, it is wider, and this thing, right?
Yeah, and the ST is higher.
Yeah. So that will give you numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So those numbers are also important. They can be used, right? But we also need to a little bit worry about how do you take those cutoffs? Do you take 500 to 600, 500 to 1000? How do we define that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we can end for now
Yeah.
today.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very
And
much.
if there are any questions,
Bye.
you just ask me. Yeah, I'm anywhere on there. And otherwise, we meet on Monday, right? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So if I have any questions, I'll just message
Yeah.
you in WhatsApp.
Otherwise, we meet on Monday. Okay.
Yeah. Inshallah.
Okay, chalo. Fine. And see you. I've already put the link of this video. Okay. Okay, chalo. Bye. See you. Bye.
Bye.